wage, $0.00. That was the headline of an editorial in one of America's most prestigious newspapers. Can you guess which one? The Wall Street Journal, perhaps. Right city, wrong paper. This editorial appeared in the New York Times in 1987. There's a virtual consensus among economists, the Times wrote, that the minimum wage is an idea whose time has passed. So economists in the liberal paper were on the same page, pun intended. Why? Because they understood that a minimum wage does not guarantee jobs. It guarantees only that those who get jobs will be paid at least that minimum. And that leads to two bad outcomes: unemployment and higher prices.
What's going on, everyone? It's Talk to Kenny here, Jay, and we're back again for Inconvenient Truths. This time on Inconvenient Truths, we'll be talking about the inconvenient truth about minimum wage. Now, what bring up this video, Kenny? Well, I was on Twitter, or X, I don't know what you call it now, but and Hillary Clinton made a tweet or a post on X that it's about time the federal government raised the minimum wage from $7.25 to $15 an hour, and only our president, Biden, can do it. Vote for Biden, pretty much. And then, you know, politics as usual. And I looked at it and I was like, minimum wage is not a good idea. Like, since the 1987s, which I showed you in the intro of the video, it's like, for me, a lot of these things that we talk about now, like we're acting like it's these brand new ideas, they've been debated and discussed for centuries. Since the 1987. How long is that? 40 years ago? And that's the conclusion of a liberal paper. This is why I think sometimes as a society, we're getting dumber. Because we're rehashing old arguments that already been proven not to work. And this is one of my problems with political science, is that it's still behind actual science, right? Most sciences, you have to use the scientific method, while in politics, you can use Constantinian method, which is you think how things ought to be, and you work off that assumption instead of testing your idea, looking if your policy will actually give the intended consequences that you're looking for. But we don't do that in politics. We run on issues, and here's my plan to fix it. But you don't need to show no proof how it'll actually work. What steps are you going to take to actually get the outcome, right? And the only thing the two minimum wage guaranteed is unemployment and higher prices, right? And then people wonder, oh my God, things are so, what? We got a flat service charge? Yeah, because of minimum wage. Minimum wage, the inconvenient truth about minimum wage is that it does not account for human behavior. Because at the end of the day, science always teach me this, and you can probably piggyback this off of me as well. Cause and effect. You create a cause, what's the effect of that cause? Oh, human behavior will change. Businesses won't be able to afford their employees. Right? But hey, don't take it from me. This next clip is going to be from a CEO of a restaurant chain, and he'll kind of give some of his opinion, not his opinion, but his views on the minimum wage laws. And then I'll get into my thoughts at the end of it. Let's take a look.
14 Congressional Budget Office study, just a $10 minimum wage would cost 500,000 jobs as businesses terminate employees. Obviously, far more jobs would be lost at $15 an hour. To survive, employers would have to reduce hours, even for workers who manage to keep their jobs. That's a pay cut. 2, businesses will close, and the jobs they created will disappear. A recent report from researchers at the Harvard Business School found that each $1 increase in the minimum wage results in a 4 to 10% increase in the likelihood of restaurants closing. An over $7 an hour increase to $15 would be devastating, not only for restaurants, but for small businesses and their employees.
The inconvenient truth here is that minimum wage hurts small businesses. Like McDonald's can afford a minimum wage of $15 an hour, right? These big multinational corporations can afford that hit, but minimum wage will hurt small business owners, which I think account for what, 55% of jobs in our economy? So you're creating a policy, and this is why I don't understand people when they try to debate these things. It's not about your feelings, it's about the facts, right? And as a scientist, I can't sit here and just go along with an idea because it sounds good and popular and makes me look good. No, the results are the results. You do this action, what's the reaction to it? Hey, you're paying someone more than what their wage actually demands, right? If your job only brings in a $60 profit for the business owner, and the government artificially raise your rates to $60 an hour, you effectively are bringing no money for the employer. And it's a two-way street. This is a business partnership, right? You're an employee and an employer. You both have a win-win situation in that interaction. It's not the employer has to do and bend over backwards for their employees, and the employees have to bend over backwards for the employer. It's at-will employment for a reason. As long as you both mutually benefit from the interaction, you both will maintain the relationship, right? But if the government comes in, third party, government don't understand nothing. They come in, artificially raise the prices. Oh, we're here to protect the workers, and the business is like, hey, look, I can't sustain employing you guys at the same rate. I have to reduce your hours, or you're fired. Bye, you gone. But people don't want to see, people don't want to look at the unintended consequences of their decision making. And I think this is a problem a lot in America right now, is that we don't look at opportunity cost. Okay, if we do raise $15 an hour, what would happen? A basic scientific question like that. This is what I'm saying. Politics needs to update its how it goes about making policy decisions and policy solutions. Is that, hey, if we put this policy in place, what can be the negative consequences from them? Because at the end of the day, as an engineer, how I was raised or how I was taught, there's only trade-offs, right? There's no perfect solution, only trade-offs. Which trade-off would we rather want? We'd rather have a zero minimum wage and have as much possible jobs as possible, right? Give young teenagers an opportunity to gain work experience, or we raise the minimum wage. Younger people are not working because of the fact that the minimum wage is up, right? Fewer jobs available, right? It hurts the unexperienced person, but people want what they want, right? Because they perceive a benefit from it. And then when the $15 an hour raises up, oh, I'm going to get $15 an hour. And then they get oh yeah, we have to terminate you. We have to let you go. Sorry, we can't afford you. It's a saying, and I think I'll end this off and put it to the next quote. There's a saying that it's better to have 10% of something than 100% of nothing. And that's essentially what minimum wage is. But hey, I digress. This last clip here from my video, this lady is going to give her kind of personal experience of how she faced when she used to be a server in Seattle during 2015. Let's take a look.
In 2015, the Seattle City Council raised the minimum wage from $9.47 to $15 an hour, a 58% hike. Great for the working stiff, right? Well, hang on, because here comes Mr. Reality. The business owner, the person who signs the checks, has to find a way to pay for this massive new expense. For Walmart or Microsoft or a large restaurant chain, this might not be a problem. For a local restaurant owner, it's a nightmare. Contrary to popular opinion, most restaurants don't have big profit margins. In fact, most are razor thin. Seattle restaurant owners, faced with this shock to their bottom line, raised prices, reworked their menus, and created new compensation models. Some did away with tips altogether, substituting a flat service charge as a way of navigating the climbing wage. That change in the tipping model caused a dent in my pocketbook. The rise in the wage did not cover the loss of tips. And, of course, they cut back on employee hours and support staff too.
I don't know if you keep seeing a common theme here, right? And this is 3 different videos that I got from PragerU, like 3 different kinds, and I'm just stitching them together to give my opinion on this, right? And this is the kind of thing that minimum wage guarantees to hurt. It guarantees to hurt small businesses. And some people always wonder, oh, why would a mega corporation vote Democrat, donate to Democrats or whatever? Because Democrats set tips the scale in their favor. Right? Y'all don't notice whenever Democrats come in and they set an arbitrary law, oh, we're going to add more regulation. Who's better able to afford to adapt to the new regulation? A mega corporation like Microsoft, McDonald's, or a small mom and pop store? I'll give it to you, right? But the Democrats are for the little guy. But the Democrats is for the small businesses. Yeah, right? More regulation, the more ways they can fine you and harm your business. Who's better able to handle that? A mega corporation or a small business? You seen the thing here? See, this is why I always laugh when Democrats or progressives sit here and pretend that they're doing stuff for the good of the people. No, it's not. It's not. You're hurting people, because small business owners are people who put their whole life savings into creating that business. And the government's out here, and remember, to me, the government's the referee. The government's not supposed to be setting rules for the game, right? But, you know, we let Democrats play this game and think they can set rules for the good of the people because it sounds good. Just because something sounds good doesn't make it good. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, and this is the inconvenient truth about minimum wage. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you find these videos insightful? I've been trying to keep my videos somewhat short because I noticed the engagement for inconvenient truths has been going down. So I don't know if I'm making these videos too long. Give me some feedback on this because I really want to really give you guys, like, I really want to continue this series, but it seems like it's not performing as well as I thought it would. But hey, that's just probably me reading too much into the numbers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, what you think. You agree with the minimum wage, disagree with the minimum wage? I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I appreciate you guys for watching till the end, and I'll see you guys on the next Inconvenient Truth. Peace.